Hello YouTube and welcome back to FTL Multiverse. We're continuing our adventure as always. I can't remember what part we're on to. Is this part 5? My goodness. We have gone a long way already and we are going to need to move to this exit. But there's all sorts of crazy stuff between me and it. We're just going to have to start clicking. Now, I'm really worried that we are going to start seeing ships with 3 layers of shield, which we, in fact, are doing. Now, we can avoid the conflict, but we need the scrap. We've got to do some upgrades. What I really want to be able to do is get another 2 energy and to get another 1 in here. That way we can get the fire starter active along with the chain bursts and the pierce. So let's get straight into a scrap, shall we? We are going to pierce on the shields. Now, what I'm inclined to do here is I think I'm going to ditch that in favor of that because we can actually set fire to the inside of this ship. So let's get that on there, and they've got a teleporter. That means we can expect company. I think we're going to work on getting their shields smashed up a bit first. Might be worth throwing out the scatter shot. Oh, can we not? Oh, because yeah, I've changed that. Okay. Let's see. This guy drains oxygen from the room, so we don't really want him on board my ship. So let's see if we can get him with the old mind control, which we picked up right at the end of the last round. So, yeah, let's unpause and see how this plays out. Okay, we have 1 guy on board. How are we going to deal with him? I think the best way to do it is aim these guys into there. Should be able to take him down fairly quickly. He is gone. Let's send my guys back to their stations. Now, yes, he does have... Oh, that's not good. Right. He does have 3 layers of shield. We've got him down to 2. 1 still active. We're going to send our fixer dude over here real quick. Oh, wow. That was kind of brutal. Do we... Because I kind of want to get that scatter shot up and running. I'm beginning to think maybe that's the way to go about this. Okay, well we've got that on fire. The chain burst is now getting a fair bit quicker, so we should be able to keep his shields offline. We're going to just have to let this guy take that. Wow. This is fairly brutal. Right, I need to send him into there, get that patched up. We are going to need this patched up too. Shields wise, where are we at? We have no shields. Weapons wise, we are in dire straits. Right. All we've got is pierce. We've lost the chain burst bonus. In fact, what we should do is move the chain burst down this end. This could be terminal. This could be terminal. Doors don't matter so much. We need to get him in there. This is going to depressurize, so I want to get it fixed and ready to go, ideally before we run out of oxygen in there. So getting at least those 2 guys in there should be enough. Right. He currently doesn't have... Well, I'm not entirely sure whether he does or doesn't have shields. We really need our sensors back up. This guy's managed to patch the room with our shields in. We should get 1 layer of shields back up. That's something at least. Right. Let's get our shields patched up real quick. We are going to need him in there to get healed. These guys can go off to their various rooms, get those patched up quickly as possible. We did survive the fight, but that was a high cost. A partisan beam. So what does the partisan beam do? This is a terrifying beam. Paralyzes crew and offers minimal ship disruption capabilities. Okay. Not sure that is going to be... I mean, paralyzing crew would be great, combined with something like a teleporter, which I do not have. I mean, we'll take that, obviously. All right, now we can at least see the extent of the damage on the ship. Let's try to patch up a few more bits and bobs. Try to patch up a few members of the crew as well while we're at it. Oof. The amount of hull damage I took there, that was nearly half for a single ship. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Hang on, who's who now? I'm getting confused. So he wants to be up there, I think. He wants to be over there. And I've got my guy on the doors, and I must remember to not press that button. It's this button. Right. That saved. I think what we want to do, though, is move those guys down like that, and maybe something like that. That way these don't get reset if they go offline. And I think maybe the scatter shot would have been better in that fight rather than using the fire starter. Live and learn, eh? I mean, there's stores around here, but I don't know. Maybe we need to go to a store and just get repaired. That would probably be the smart thing to do. Hopefully we've got enough scrap to buy a salvage heap. What's this? You guide yourself towards a decently sized scrap yard with a couple of leech mechanics working on disassembling various alien ships. The scrapyard owner hails you. Need some parts? We've got all kinds of junk here, so we could buy a salvage heap, which presumably will just give us some random parts, which we don't particularly need. Let's just see about... what have we got here? So we've got frost flak. We've seen that before. So Epimetheus, I assume that's supposed to be said as, fires one extremely accurate and destructive missile at the start of the fight. Can only be used once per fight. Okay. We do have an awful lot of missiles, although that's quite an expensive weapon. We can have like a worm crit. What's this thing? So this is a wraith, a powerful and electrifying vagabond ghost. Whoa, okay. Not to be confused with the actual paranormal who don't exist. Inherited... okay, so... does have a couple of abilities for sabotaging systems. Interesting. And then, yeah, we've got these leech guys. Hang on, let's have a look and see what else we've got. So these are the more sort of standard odds and sods here. But I think what we need to do is we need to fix all. We can sell that thing. I don't think that's worth anything to me, unfortunately. Yeah, and I've got to fix the ship up. We'll take at least one more fuel so that we've got 10. Oh, this guy's like high-level shield stuff. This guy's got piloting and repairing. I mean, I don't think, in my case, it's worth doing anything here. I think it's important to save up the scrap so that I can actually do the upgrades that I've got rather than adding more upgrades to the mix. Because, I mean, I can do like one of the... So, hang on, how much would it cost? So if we wanted to go shield up to level 3... That's going to cost us 120 there, plus another 2 of these, which is 60, so 180 scrap. Alternatively, if we wanted to run all the weapons simultaneously, then we need one more of those, which is 85 plus 30. Shields are so important, though. This is what it's going to come down to, is whether or not I can get the shields. So we're not going to do any more for the moment. We do need to start moving, though. It would be nice if we can do maybe 2 and then visit this one, see if we can get a little bit more scrap and just see if we can get anything else that's good. Okay, so we've got a Rebel Forces ship. This, so, I mean, I would like to be able to use the fire starter. I think realistically what we're going to do is we're going to try the scatter shot on this one and see how this works for us. So chain burst, chain burst. So chain bursts, we'll put 1 on their weapons, 1 on their shields, and pierce on the shields as well, just to get the ball rolling. Now, I must remember that I have the murder bot perk, so if I wait for this guy, he has to work his way through and he will slowly lose health. Okay. So we're going to run in and do some damage to him. How are we doing on... Yeah, so we haven't really done anything with their shields. Oh, no. We're managing to take down their crew fairly quickly. We'll take these guys and put them down here just to get them patched up. Was that more guys teleporting to my ship? Yes, it was. I would like to get the doors back online. The chain bursts are getting a little bit quicker now. Fire is not a good thing. I wonder if I can get these guys to go deal with that fire. The problem is we're also getting oxygen sucked out of the room, so the fire will go out on its own, but we also need to patch that room up. Come on, come on, come on. I've got to get that fire out and get the weapons patched up. Oh, that laser is brutal. Not sure that we're going to be able to get this The weapons, we've got big problems here with the weapons. The shields are a big problem. We're not really getting through them. I'm maybe thinking we will just target the shields with the chain burst, try and get those down. Ah, these guys need to be out of there. Fast. Oh, quick. Right, we're not using everything in our arsenal here. What we do need to do is get him causing some havoc. Right. Oh my goodness. This is turning into a definitive nightmare here. Come on, get the weapons back up. Get the pierce back up. Come on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Literally just got that back online. Literally just got that back online. Can we close? Can we still not close that door? Oh, for goodness sakes. Gotta patch these guys up again. Right. Let's have a team of 3 working together. Maybe we can get this to some sort of functional state. This is falling apart incredibly quickly. Let's get the scatter shot back up in the hope that that will do something. We need these 2 guys patching that as quickly as possible so that we can actually repressurize. We got Pierce back online. Let's focus that on his weapons. I don't know, maybe we can... Maybe we can pull this... maybe we can pull this back, but I'm not feeling confident about that at all. I want to be able to close these doors, but I don't think we're going to be able to until the fight's over. Okay, let's try and get the fire out in here. Oh. Like, we're getting the odd hit on him here and there, but it's just not enough. At this point, I do not know what to do. I think we have to accept the surrender because we really have no choice. Right, let's start getting the crew patched up. This guy can go around and do all the repairs real quick. If we get the sensors back up first, then we'll be able to see exactly what it is that we're dealing with. Okay. Let's get him patched up as well. These guys are fine. Now I'm focusing mainly on getting this guy patched up because then we can focus on getting his repair skill as high as possible. And then he sort of becomes a one-man fix-it-all. Okay, we're managing to plug some of these holes in the hull. Okay, we'll get this guy patched up again and send him back in again to finish the repairs. And then we can jump. But Honestly, I think I've bitten off more than I can chew. I don't think I'm going to be able to rescue this game. Okay, the lion's share of the work here is done. Just got to wait for the oxygen to resaturate the ship. Well, we don't have to wait for that. We can just jump. But if we literally have to jump to a store to repair after every encounter, we're never going to build up the reserves that we need to make upgrades. I mean, we might have just got unlucky with those two, that they were particularly tough ships. But I think that that is going to just be the standard at this point. So we're not going to attack the station. We just want to visit the store. We can fix the ship. But it's not exactly going to last us long, though, is it? Well, this thing's got a fire chance of 100%. What is it? Is that the same as what I've already got? Hang on, let's have a look in a second. Okay, we've got some modules here. A recycler module that is, similar to that used in recycler tech weapons, can be used to convert fuel, scrap, or drone parts. Okay, or just random junk into missile. Yeah, well, that's not really what we're after. We've got signal diluter, a module that drowns out distress or other signals, can be used to prevent guards from calling ASB backup or disable enemy attack satellites. Okay, and magnetic payload, single-use combat augment that can be deployed before combat to deal 4 damage to an enemy system of your choice, as well as against their hull. That could be interesting. Single-use combat augment can be deployed before combat to deal 4 damage. So if I used something like that on an enemy shield, then that would effectively nullify their shield, right? Maybe. Right. I'm buying that. We're going to fix as much as we can. We don't have anything to sell, really, do we? No. I'm going to risk trying this. I'm hoping that this will do a decent amount of damage. I don't really want to fight an asteroid field if I can avoid it. So we're going this way. So we're going to have to fight something. We'll go against the vagabonds. Oh, they're an oxygen-less ship. Okay, but it doesn't really matter. But we get to deploy this on the shields. Oh, so it also starts a fire. I don't know if that's a guaranteed effect or not. I mean, it's no good in this example because, you know, no oxygen. But that's kind of interesting. So let's go chain burst, and pierce on the shields. Bring up the scatter shot. Is there somebody in there? I think there is. Then we can maybe cause a little bit of havoc in there as well. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Oh. And they've got a cloak. That's annoying. Okay, I'm going to put those two guys in there in the hope that we can take care of them fairly quickly. This will just tell me now that we're probably going to die to them. Okay, that's good. The weapons are down. Let's move one of the chain bursts over to the shields. He's going to try and take out my O2. So let's move this guy and this guy in to defend the O2. Send them back. And then we'll use that to cause more chaos with the shields. You know what? That actually kind of worked. Unfortunately, I can't go back to the store to get any more repairs, but that actually kind of worked. I'm feeling a little bit more positive about this now. But we really, really do need... Yeah, we really do need to be able to do something a bit more on the shields front. Okay, let's see what we're... Oh, okay. A bright green auto ship comes out of the portal. Well, golly. I'm Callie the Calculator. You must be student name here. I'm so excited to teach... Okay, so let's begin with what is 8 minus 4? Okay. We're going to have to assume that this thing isn't mad and that the answer is actually 4. Then we got 9 divided by 3, which would be 3. Yeah, you're doing amazing. Next question is 404 fatal error. So we've got no way of knowing the answer. I guess we're just randomly guessing. I wonder if there was a correct answer there. Probably not. Oh, okay. So that... Does that mean that that thing literally was single use? Oh, no. It was, wasn't it? It was single use. I don't get another bash at that. Oh, I forgot to heal these guys up. Right, we're just going to run them down here real quick while we decide what we're going to do about this slot. So we'll do that for the moment. He's got no living creatures on there, so I can't induce a bit of madness. We're just going to have to hope. Well, at least if they're going to lock down a room, it may as well be that one, as it's not serving any other purpose. Okay, so let's take these guys since they're right here to help that guy deal with the fire. Oh, hang on. Next problem, what is 7 plus 8, which would be 15, so we can at least answer that. That's correct. Does that mean that he's going to stop it? No, he's not going to stop attacking. Right, we do need to get those shields back online as quickly as possible. That's good. They are. Let's get these guys sorted. And then send them back to their respective homes. Oh, God. 6 times 9. 6 times 9 is 54. Okay. I don't know what happens if we get them wrong now at this point. It could be bad. It could be fine. I don't know. Doesn't matter, I guess, at this point. Oh, we've got a subtractor. What is a subtractor? So yeah, that thing literally was single use. Special loot weapon. Okay. So what does this thing do? Missile consumption 2? Okay. Accuracy bonus plus 30. Shots per charge 1. Total crew damage. Affliction. So it's math loot. Plus 135 crew damage. Plus 1 missile cost. Radiation 66% slowed speed and repairs. 75% increased stun duration. I don't know whether this is something that I should be using. What is it? It only requires 1 power. I mean, we could swap it for that for the time being, and we might be able to actually run that as well along with the other stuff that we've got. So all we would need is 1 more of these, and then we can power that as well. Okay. Could be interesting. Right. Right, hang on. Let's make sure that everybody's patched up, everybody's fine and happy. So my pilot is now maxed out, right? That's good. Engine room guy, maxed out. This guy doesn't really have to learn anything. This guy is my shields guy. I really need him getting higher up on that. My repair dude's good, and my weapons dude is awesome. Yeah, once this guy gets the weapon, the shield skill up, that will be a huge advantage as well. I really need more shields. Okay. We can go to the distress beacon. We might even be able to double back for that and then just see how many of these we can get before we have to hit the exit. So we'll go distress first. Oh, no. Oh, that's grim. I'm not prepared to do anything about the, it's just going to wipe out my hull. I can't afford that. So that's grim. We just let a whole bunch of people die there. Okay, back to this one where we can actually fight something. So we're going to have to attack the pirate. Right. So now we'll bring up the scatter shot. We are going to tell that guy to do some damage to the shields. We're going to focus the shields with that and that. We're going to put chain burst on there, and we'll try the subtractor on there and just see how this works. Here we go. So that subtractor is about to fire. Oh, okay, right. We've got stuff on fire. Let's send him over to help. Oof. Right, we can get the subtractor back online. I don't really know what to do with the subtractor. So the thing is, when you're not really sure what a weapon does, it's kind of hard to know how to deploy it best. Piercer will put that back on the shields. We'll get this guy back to there. I forgot to close these doors. They need to be shut. Okay. Okay, no more signs of life detected on the pirate ship. Okay, so it looks like that subtractor caused them to fight each other a bit, didn't it? So we'll contact the civilian ship, who have now given me a scythe beam. Now, I know from experience the scythe beam is absolutely brutal, but the problem with the scythe beam is you have to have the shields down. That is usually a bit of a kick in the teeth, but it could be an option. We'll see how it pans out. This guy, we need to get him patched up. And as soon as the mind control is patched up, we can patch him up. All right. We're not losing too much now in terms of the ship's hull, but we really do need to find somewhere to repair it. And we're not actually finding any more shops. So an NG vessel, a source of a local distress signal, contacts you. Assistance required. Job details. Lania's military vessel, taken drone technology. NG ship is poorly equipped, not combat ready. Your ship adequate for mission. Should Federation accept, payment will be given. I mean, we could agree to hunt it down. I don't think there's any harm in doing that. So we've got a blue option. We're taking that, and then contact the NG. The NG are not pleased that their drone was destroyed, but they still offer. Okay, so we might actually get. So we've got an option of just being really nice or accepting this. I wonder why it's giving us the option of just offering them the part at our expense. Does that mean that they will give us something better? I mean, the thing is that I want the scrap, so I'm going to accept the payment. As much as I wanted to try the other thing, I'm just going to accept the payment. We're at 155. We can afford 2 of these, but we also desperately need a store that we can jump to, and I don't think we're going to get that option. No store. So let's go and have a quick look at this one. So unidentified ships are missing a faint signal from a small moon. It's choppy. Blah, blah, blah. Workers, great price. Stop by. We can pull closer, but it could be a trap. Let's have a look. So we could potentially purchase a slave. We could attack him. I think we're just going to attack. This guy's only got 2 shields. Mind you, that could mean he's got crazy weaponry. Let's try it. Okay. Let's hit this room like that, this room like that. We'll hit that and that. Let's also get him causing some havoc. Okay. See how this pans out. Okay, that subtractor hit. That's good. I think that subtractor might be a brutal weapon, you know. So we could get a phantom. Immune to suffocation and fires. Max health is reduced by, reduced to 80. Sabotage systems twice as fast. Movement speed is reduced. but ignores doors. I don't really want this guy, to be fair. Let's just say surrender's not an option. Take this guy to pieces and take the stuff that we need. Okay. We're getting awful close to being able to do some kind of an upgrade. If we can get that third shield, we really need that before we do the next jump. So what would it cost again? Okay. So the next one's 30, then this one's 90. Leaves us with only 10 scrap, and we've got next to no health. But having that extra layer of shield might make all the difference. Yeah, okay. We're doing it. Throw that in there. We now have 3 layers of shield. We'll test that out. I may regret this. Okay. They've only got 2 layers of shield. This is good for us. We will throw the scatter shot into the mix. Subtractor can go on there. Pierce on there as well. Then we'll put chain bursts on their weapon systems. They've got no teleporter, but they can lock down a room. That could be problematic. We're going to set that guy causing some havoc in there, and let's go. That scatter shot's doing a good job. Oh, he's locked down the pilot. Okay, that scatter shot. Sorry, the subtractor is doing pretty amazing stuff. Let's just take that off now for the moment. They still have one guy alive. That's an offer with a decent amount of fuel, to be fair. We could do with some extra fuel. Yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. Get to the exit now, and hopefully we'll do a little explore, shall we? So we've got a remote settlement being blockaded by a pirate ship. So stay out of this or you'll be next. Concentrate fire on. So obviously they're attacking. So we've got our fire weapon. Show the pirates how to intimidate settlers. Burn their crops. So we can burn the settlers' crops. What's the point in burning the settlers' crops? I don't understand. I do not understand this. Okay, I think that feels like it should that it's a really mean option, but it might give me something. I mean, at the end of the day, this I'm trying to save the galaxy here. So one settlement, perhaps, is worth the price. I feel pretty bad, but I'm going to do it. Okay, so we ended up with a maintenance drone. That's kind of cool. And 48 scrap. That is kind of cool. Okay, so my notoriety is increased. Will not reflect well in the eyes of the Federation or its citizens. Okay, yeah, okay. We're not continuously performing actions like this. But we get something and it didn't cost us anything. Apart from a bit of notoriety. Okay. But we also got a maintenance droid, which is actually surprisingly useful. So if I do that and accept, then we can bring that maintenance robot online. Now he can run around the ship and do some fixing type stuff while I'm doing the fighting type stuff. Now, if we can just get to a shop or a store of some description, then we should be all good. Right, we do not really want to have to go through a hazard area. So we're going to go to this one, then we're going to have to go through a hazard area. Right, so at this point, we have finally finished the sector we're on. That means that it's time to end. Just for the time being, of course. And we will be back next week with a continuation, part 6, I think, something like that. Whatever it might be. Anyway, if you enjoyed what you saw, don't forget to hit like and subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything and it really helps us out. If you didn't like what you saw, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what I'm doing wrong, or what I can improve on. And, of course, we will see you again in the next one. Tatty bye-bye.